10 straight road wins for the Denver Nuggets. They've been dominant, a perfect 3-game road trip over the course of this last week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jamal Murray being awesome over this time, Nikola Jokic closing the door against the Charlotte Hornets, and we've got a very special announcement for you here at Locked On Nuggets.
You are Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast, part of the Locked On Network, your team every day. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode and being an everydayer. We'll get into that in just a little bit here. Very excited about some fun things that we're going to be doing at the Locked On Network going forward. My name is Ryan Blackburn, host here at Locked On Nuggets, also over at Mile High Sports. He is Matt Moore at HP Basketball over at doing the Buckets podcast earlier tonight, as well as Hardwood Paroxysm, the Denver Dig, and Fansided and everything in between. Make sure to go check out my work at Mile High Sports. Make sure to check out all of Matt's work as well. We're going to talk about a variety of things. Denver 17-6. Who would have thunk it? They're on pace for 60 wins. Perfect road trip. How did it go down in this game against the Charlotte Hornets that they played earlier today? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Jamal Murray. We'll talk about Nikola Jokic for sure. But first, Matt, we have a very special announcement for everybody. I'm going to put something up on the screen here. Boom! We are at Locked On starting a new program. This is a little bit different than what we at Locked On have done before. Matt, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about the Everydayer Club?
Yeah, so this is in part a way for you to get more access and more content from us, and a way for you to be able to support the show and the creators that you love on the Locked On Podcast Network. And so you're going to get a number of things with this subscription, and you're familiar at this point with these types of programs, but this is a way, because we have had people that have said like, hey, I'd like to support you guys more, whether it be with super chats or whatever else. And this is a great way to do it, because not only are you supporting us, but you're actually getting something in return. So for the Everydayer Club, what you're going to get is you're going to get access to an actual text message system where you can text us things that you think, and then we're going to send out daily. We're going to send out stats and details, and we'll have links to graphics and all sorts of original content that comes across in the course of us studying and analyzing and covering the Denver Nuggets. We'll have questions for you guys. We will elicit, mailbag questions that we'll do on special episodes, all of those type of things. You're going to have special bonus episodes that will go on there. You will have access to, we're going to do stuff in the future. We're going to do film study, and we're going to do scouting reports on various players, showing you what the strengths and weaknesses of not only the Nuggets, but their opponents are. You're going to get a lot of value out of this, and we're going to be able to, and it's a way for you to be able to support the show by becoming part of our Everydayer Club.
So much of this is going, we're in the early stages of this. Obviously, this is getting announced across the network tomorrow. But we wanted to give you a little bit of a taste tonight. And there's so many different things that we're all very excited. I think we're going to have all three of us are contributing. Matt, myself, Swipa will be contributing in various ways. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I'm looking forward to those individual kind of breakdowns that we get to do, and really get to look in very close knit at some of these things that all of you everydayers in here already like. So we really appreciate it. This is just another way, again, as Matt said, to support us. If you enjoy us as hosts, if you support other shows, there are other ways. If you subscribe to multiple Locked On NBA shows, and I believe you get a discount on the second one, if I'm not mistaken. But there are plenty of ways to support us at Locked On. Nothing changes for the base show. Just want to make it very clear. You'll still get, if you don't subscribe, if you don't sign up, you're still going to get 5 days a week for us here at the very minimum, because we do a whole heck of a lot of work
and more
and plenty more. But if you want the extra content, if you want the extra layer of stuff, and you want even more access to what we do and what we're covering for the Nuggets, this is the best way to support us.
Yeah, and another thing that I want to tell people, if you have stuff that you want, that you would like to see in terms of extra content from us, if there is whatever it is, let us know. Hit us up. Sign up and then text us and let us know what it is that you want to see. And we will do our level best to try and provide. Like, I take it very, like, this stuff's very important to me whenever anybody devotes not only their time, which I think is the most valuable thing you can give, but especially if you're going to support us financially with these kind of endeavors and you're supporting the network and you're supporting the show and you're supporting these creators, then like you deserve to have them receptive to what you want. And so I really want to work hard to try and make it into the content and product that you guys want. So give us ideas on what it is that you want to see, and all those types of things.
Hurricane asks in the comments, where can you sign up? The link for it is in the description. It's one of the top lines of the description. So just scroll on down if you're watching this along. If you are listening, go to lockedonnuggets.supercast.com. That is the way to get to the Everydayer Club landing page. And it's an opportunity to subscribe for monthly or yearly tier 1 or tier 2 access to Locked On Nuggets. And those are differentiated a little bit, but it is, again, lockedonnuggets.supercast.com. So make sure to check that out. We're very excited. We're interested to see how this is going to go. We hope you guys enjoy the kind of content that we're going to be putting up there on a consistent basis. But this is like, it's the Everydayer Club. So you're going to get something every day from us. So we hope we can deliver on that.
Yeah. And that's like, I think is part of it too, is, you know, we live and breathe this team. Like we're there. We were talking about, thinking about, and there's a lot of stuff that I think about during the course of the day that I don't have a place to kind of put it. And this is going to be a place where we find all those kind of things. I'm really excited for stuff like Ryan's going to provide like in-depth stuff on the rotation so you can kind of understand what's good and what's bad. I've really gotten into building new graphics. We're going to have a place for you to be able to access those and like stuff that's going to show you exactly what the Nuggets are good at, what the concerns are, thoughts on those, like on game days. We'll be giving you all sorts of content, whether it's video, audio, lead up kind of ideas, text, scouting reports, the whole shebang for you to really, you know, continue. You love the Nuggets. You love the show. This is a good way for you to be able to try and understand, think about, and engage with the community as well. And there's a Discord. We forgot to even mention that. Like, there's also a Discord. So all of you that come in and have like real excited conversations on our live shows have a place for you to talk throughout the day. We'll be in there as well. There's gonna be lots of stuff for you to do here.
The important point on the Discord, by the way, if you sign up for either tier 1 or tier 2, you get access to all of the Discord channels across all of the Locked On platforms. So whatever you choose, whatever you're interested in, you can go in, you can go bother Locked On Chiefs. Like that seems like a pretty good idea right now. I think there's plenty of good opportunities there to go just say hi to the people over there, but of course, be respectful, follow moderation. That's the most important.
Now you say that after, okay.
Well, I know it's coming. By the way, the one thing that I will be putting up on Everydayer Club, I will not be putting the 2-man net ratings on Twitter. I'll be putting them on the Everydayer Club from now on. Just like, that's just one of the potential things that you can see from me on a consistent basis. So we'll be interested to see how it goes, but tell you guys what, let's take a break. When we come back, we are going to get into the game that happened earlier today and the reason the Nuggets are 10-0 in their last 10 road games. We'll be right back here on Locked On Nuggets. All right. Nobody knows your money goals better than you. Robinhood puts you in control of your money with tools that work as hard as you do. Locking in on every opening, beating your PR, and beating it again. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto. All on one platform, you can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood Legends advanced tools. Or take advantage of the new Robinhood strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself? Expect more from your money. Get started at robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. We're also brought to you today by Doer. Oh, I love Doer. It's been so great. My birthday was recently. It was just last Wednesday. And one of the things that I got was a pair of Doer jeans. Not kidding. Like, very excited about it. It was great to be able to see them. My parents, I went down there earlier and was able to spend some time with them. They got me a pair of Doers, and it's just been so nice to be able to have, like, because now it's my second pair. It's been great. And I can really tell the difference with Doer's high quality fabric, the temperature regulating fabric, as opposed to normal other stuff. Like, this keeps me warm. I don't overheat, especially as we get into the winter, and it's been getting cold. Whether you're on the go or traveling, lounging at home, or going to a nice dinner party, you do not want to have, if you don't have your own Doers yet, now is absolutely the time. They are the original performance denim, and they give you the best of both worlds, combining classic jeans wear with the kind of comfort and performance you get from athletic wear. It's time for you to experience the comfort of Doer, and I know you'll love them. Check out the Doer store here at 2621 Larimer Street here in Denver. Mention our promo code LOCKEDONDenver in store to get 15% off your first order, or check them out online at shopdoer.com/LockedOnDenver for 15% off. That's shopdoer.com/LockedOnDenver. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. Back at it, Locked On Nuggets. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. One thing that we forgot to mention in the lead up for the Supercast and for Everydayer Club, ad-free episodes over there. So if that is something that interests you, then go check it out.
But you're going to miss out on me talking about Skims while Swipe a Snickers in the background. And so there are pluses and minuses.
I have something to tell you after the show. I will not tell you here. No,
it's about your Skims. I am good. I know they're quality underwear that are more breathable and comfortable than ever. But
shout out. Okay, the Nuggets won earlier tonight. They won 115-106 against the Charlotte Hornets. Guys, Jamal Murray was unbelievable at the beginning of this game. He got the ball every single time down the floor, and he scored pretty much every single time down the floor. He had 23 points in the first quarter. That was a career high for him, I believe, or at least it tied a career high for him in a quarter, and was just absolutely unbelievable and has continued to be unbelievable throughout this entire season. He and Nikola Jokic now on the road trip combined for 67 points per game, Matt. 67. That's a really high number. That is a really high number after they faced the LaMelo Ball-less Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've been, that's back to being one of the best two-man games in the league, and Jamal's been just unbelievably great. And, in that first quarter, they were really just kind of trading buckets. And so there's kind of two ways to look at it, which is like, the pessimistic view is like, yeah, Murray went off in that first quarter and they still were trailing the Hornets in the first half, really. Or the way to look at it is like, yeah, Murray kept them in it until they could settle down and actually get some stops in the second half, which is what happened. So there's kind of like two ways for you to look at it, but like, I just continue to be so impressed with like how Jamal's played this season. Like he's just played so under control. 14-25 from the field. Took 9 3-pointers, only made 2. A lot of them were great looks. Thought he could have made a lot more. One of them was a heave, by the way. So that's, I guess that doesn't count in the box score anymore. So but yeah, 28 points for Joker, 11-16, 11 assists. Like, I mean, they took care of business in the way that I felt like they really needed to here. I was really encouraged by them settling down. Like, this is the 2 games in a row where they've gotten. I do kind of wonder if this is going to be, if we're going to see this being a recurring trend, Ryan, with how much they use zone in the beginning of these games. And Adelman's talked about using zone to kind of figure out what they need to do. Is like, you use zone in that first half, you diagnose the problems, you make the adjustments at halftime, and then you're able to buckle down in the second half. And like, I think that's a really good formula for Denver, is to be a better second half team. You talked about their third quarter strength before. Them asserting themselves in these second halves after you get the best punch from the opponent, I actually think is a really good model for them.
Yeah, third quarter has always been, to me, the preeminent time to really step it up. And then this was another one where, like, Jamal Murray got them going in this game. He kept them in it while the Hornets, and like you said, they got going in that, and they were shooting the cover off the ball at various points, and Denver could not figure out how to carry Liam McNeely on the perimeter for some reason. But they settled in. They did give up, and it's one of the things I do want to kind of talk about. Some of it was just missed open threes for a Charlotte team that was down LaMelo Ball, of course, but also Colin Sexton and also a couple of other guys, including Moussa Diabate, who's like not going to help you with threes, but he's certainly going to help you in terms of other aspects of the game. And like, it still kind of feels to me like Denver is choosing to give up some open threes at the cost of protecting the paint. And maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know.
Well, I do have an encouraging number for you.
Okay.
They give up 11 corner 3-point attempts per game. They only gave up 10 in this one.
Yeah.
So
didn't feel like it.
Like a lot of these were above the break threes that they were generating, which are lower percentage shots by like a little bit. Like we're talking about margins here, but I think those margins do kind of matter when we kind of get into it. I don't necessarily think like the defense wasn't like good in that first half. I thought the defense in the second half was much better. Obviously, I do kind of think that if we look at like Charlotte, here's a good one. With all of those threes that they were taking, the Hornets only generated, they generated 35 total catch and shoot jump shots from all over the floor. That includes 3-pointers. That's actually not that bad. And they only shot 0.914 on them. That's actually not as terrible as it kind of seems. I kind of think this one might've been not as bad of a defensive performance as kind of the raw box score looks like with those 3-point attempts.
For sure. And like some of it is when you have a team like the Hornets and you're giving up threes to guys like Zion James, who's good. KJ Simpson started off the game well, but he really cooled off at various points. Miles Bridges went 0-6 and airballed multiple times tonight. It just felt like Denver could get away with it because this was a team that was very compromised. However, like I'll give you a sneaky good defensive performance tonight was Nikola Jokic. Like I thought that his ability in hedging and in cutting off the ball handler on a consistent basis, it allowed the Nuggets behind him to rotate early and rotate in such a way where they were able to cut off those threes and make it so that they were more contested attempts as opposed to the wide open, test the wind, reset your feet and shoot a completely wide open three. I thought the Jokic actually was pretty good tonight defensively, and which is a step up from some of the other games that he's had recently.
Yeah. I thought his defense was actually pretty good in this one. I'm with you on that. I actually thought that he actually contested pretty well. Another good stat here. How about this one?
Mm-hmm.
Nuggets have fewer turnovers. They're now 9-1 this season when they have fewer turnovers than the opponent. Can you guess the loss?
Was it the Warriors?
It was the Bulls. That's how bad that loss was. At home to Chicago, you give up 130 and you had fewer turnovers.
That's ridiculous. And like that was so Denver's actually at various points throughout this year, and maybe we could save this for the third segment a little bit, but they have caught teams at both incredible times and the wrong times. With that Bulls game, clearly they caught them at the wrong time because that was right at the tail end of when the Bulls were playing really well, despite the fact that they had lost in like Utah the night before in a double overtime game. So yeah, it's just sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and Denver's had some baffling losses so far this year, but they're also 17-6.
I do want to ask you, a great Tim Hardaway Jr. game tonight, by the way.
Yes.
14 points. I thought his defense was really good. Peyton chips in with 10, but those are the only other two double-digit scorers for Denver. You've been on this, and I'm like a little bit more like, how can I put this? For me, really, it literally is like 2 to 3 weeks ago, Joker and Jamal needing to do all this was like, it's early and they're going to have games where they dominate, and that's okay. As we get into December, I'm kind of like, okay, but like eventually, right, where it's December 8th now on Monday, like by the middle of January, you better be getting like a little better night to night production from some of the other guys so that you're not needing this as much. Although I don't know if they like needed it. It was a 9-point win, but this felt after halftime, I was like, oh, they got this. Like they got it locked in.
Yeah. I do have thoughts, and I want to flesh that out. This is a good conversation that I want to have on the other side. Any other specific ones for this game that you want to talk about?
Just that poor Ryan Kalkbrenner got the Jokic experience tonight. He got baptized, as all rookies must.
6 fouls in 25 minutes. Also, like, got the Jonas Valanciunas experience, which having to deal with those guys for 48 minutes has to be a chore. I also thought that Peyton Watson had a really bad game. Some good defensive moments, but a really bad offensive game.
Like he winds up with double digits and a +10, and I just 8 rebounds is great.
Yes,
right. We'll take that. But I agree with you. He keeps the one where they got caught in mid transition. I was so annoyed on the possession first half where they were in mid transition and he passes to Spencer and Spencer resets to him, and Joker doesn't want to fully have to run down the court. Joker just I don't
come on.
I just back up. I really just want to back up. And so Peyton's okay. So he goes at Mace and Mace erases him. Yeah. And I was just oh man. Oh, that's tough. They continue to be very sloppy in transition relative to what they need to be.
They'll be okay. Peyton Watson, that was his worst game of the season, I would say. But he has also bounced back, and it's at the end of a road trip, and he's been starting and playing a major role for this entire time. So I give him a little bit of a pass.
Great Spencer Jones minutes.
Yes, 100%. And he was used in a variety of ways defensively.
Again, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steal, but +14. He is a guy that makes them better.
What I have noticed, by the way, is that with the rotations, they're bringing in Spencer pretty early in these second and fourth quarters to get some defense and some size back on the floor. This isn't a situation where they're waiting as long as possible to bring back in Spencer Jones. They are actively searching for him in his minutes.
Cam can't keep having these 2 of 7 nights. We're past it. And I'm at the point of, I don't care if he has there's a middle ground between he needs to look like Michael Porter Jr. No, he does not need to do that. He does other things. But what he can't do is he can't go 2 of 7. If he goes 4 of 7, great. You take 7 shots, hit 4, get to the line for 4 free throws. Awesome. Can't keep doing this where it's single digits and it's 2 of 7. That's not enough. They need more consistent production out of their starting shooting guard.
Yeah. And can't get out of the way. Can't always just get out of the way of Jokic and Murray. That's how they burn out. So we will see what happens. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take stock. We're going to talk about the road trip. We're going to talk about Denver being 17-6, some additional questions and answers at this point. We'll talk about it next here. I Locked On Nuggets. Those were words that I used. All right. NFL Sundays, folks, they move fast. It moved fast today. One big play and suddenly everything feels different. That's what making live betting with FanDuel is so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place bets as the action unfolds. Every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. Live betting is best when the game starts to shift, like when you had the first Patrick Mahomes interception, and then you had the second Patrick Mahomes interception, and then at the end of the game where you had the third Patrick Mahomes interception off of Travis Kelce's hands, single-handedly ruining any fantasy. No, never mind. We're not going to get into that. Player props update as guys heat up or, frankly, as they cool down. You can bet next touchdown scores, drive results, totals, and more. It keeps you locked into every snap, every drive, every possibility. So if you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. We'll be right back here on Locked On Nuggets. I switched windows, so I didn't even know that you popped up on the screen. You were so quiet.
Yeah, I was giving the people what they want. So look, the difference with me is that I've been through the good times and the bad times. Like I sat there and had John Elway rip my heart out of my chest while it was still beating in the 90s. Yeah. Like, oh God, I even forget what Elam absolutely ruining my life over and over and over again. Like it's a real rivalry, that rivalry. And the difference is that I respect the Broncos, and I hope that Broncos respect the Chiefs, and we both don't respect the Raiders, and that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
But like, look, they won 3 Super Bowls when all I ever wanted in my entire life was for them to make one AFC championship game. That was really all I wanted, was to be like, they made the AFC champ. Like, that's what I wanted. Yeah. They've gotten more, and like the run's over, and that's cool. Like, that's fine. So yeah, I'm sad. I am upset. It sucks. And I think that it's important to take your medicine. I hate it when people want to gloat when things are good and not suffer when things are bad. And I was very happy to gloat when they won 16 in a row over the Denver Broncos, but the time is over, and the Broncos are a better team this season.
It believe me, we've had conversations offline about what happens in a playoff series, in a playoff matchup, a 2-7 playoff matchup, if that were to happen. So, like, I think every Broncos fan would still be stressed out if that were to happen.
We'll see how it goes, man. Defensive line's a really good combo, and your quarterback keeps making plays in the fourth quarter. So, we'll see. The AFC is wide open at this point.
We believe over here okay.
Go check out Locked On Broncos.
Yes. Cody Rourke, Sari Bettinger, they're doing great shit. They're doing great stuff. Great stuff.
That's going on the cast matchup. All right, go ahead.
I don't think I will. Okay. 17-6. You and I, it's actually funny. I posted the screenshot on social earlier tonight. You and I predicted 16-7 after 23 games. And this was like to me, this is the break. This is the break time where you like have this new schedule that's kind of reformed. It's a little bit of a reset point. You're over a quarter of the way through the season, and the Nuggets are 17-6. Now, they have not followed the pattern that we thought they were going to follow. Part of that was they went on a 7-game win streak, and then 2 starters got hurt. So things got very out of whack very early for what they were doing.
That's a good question. What would we have had them at if you told us that they were going to be missing 2 starters for a month?
Either 15-8 or 14-9.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
Because like it's Aaron and Christian. If it was Jokic and Murray, like that's a little different. But like if it's Aaron and Christian, or if it was Aaron and Cam, or if it was Christian and Cam, then it would be a little bit different. So I think that you have, like, as a Nuggets fan, you have to be very encouraged about them being able to get through this stretch. It hasn't been perfect basketball, but you should not be expecting perfect basketball when the Nuggets are injured and when they're going on the road as often as they have. They have not been at home for a consistent basis in a long time. So like you just gotta just play through it. Like,
whose schedule has been great? Who's been like at home all the time and just been completely awesome? Like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, it just kills me because like Adam was like, well, really, even though we have like an even split of home and away games, the problem is that we leave and then we come home and then we leave again. Yeah, because you're a professional sports team, and that's what you do. Is you play games at home and on the road. Like, that's how that goes.
Yeah. I love this perspective because you're very much in the like, everybody has to deal with this problem, guys. You are professional adults. Deal with it. Yeah. And I'm like, but why? Like, it's not
fair. Why can't not play at altitude with everyone on a back-to-back every game?
I want advantage. That's what I want.
Yeah. So I think what's weird is they're 17-6, and they need to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they need to be look at that and be like, it's one thing if you're like, man, look, I'm just glad we got out of this, right? Like, I'm just happy to be 13-10. I'm like just happy to have made it through this stretch, because there are teams that are like, God, thank God we're still over 500, right? The Nuggets should instead look at this and go like, man, we're 17-6, and if we hadn't screwed around versus the Bulls and the Kings, what was the other terrible one?
Well, you had the Spurs without Wemby, and you had the Mavericks.
The Mavericks one's bad. That one was getting killed by Ryan Nembhard's bad. So, like, if you don't have those, you're 20-3, and you're like, hey, yeah, no, the Thunder are right there. They're like they're on pace for 79 wins. But you're also like, if you screw up, if you have a bad week, we catch you.
Yeah. But
now instead, it's like, well, no. Can't catch it. So, and the rest of the West keeps winning. This is a point that people have made to me pretty consistently, which is like, I'm stressed because, like, great, they're off to a hot start. It's not good enough because the West keeps winning. And that's honestly kind of true, is like the Rockets have been really impressive in this. Every Sunday I do this chart now that is the 40-20 mark, which we talked about before. You got to win 40 games before 20 losses. 90% of NBA champions have done that. You have to have an SRS above 3.0. That's simple rating system. It's point differential versus strength of schedule. You have to have a 3.0 or above. The last 30 years, nobody's had lower than that. Nuggets had the lowest one at 3.14.
Yeah.
High. And then you have to be a top 3 seed. Only 2 teams in NBA history, the 1969 Celtics and the 1995 Rockets, have ever won the title as more than a 3 seed. By that metric, okay, these are the teams that can win the title right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks. That's it. That's the list.
It's pretty good mix. Like, I mean, it's going to be fascinating because I tried to make this point on yesterday, like last night, that the Western Conference, as it currently stands with the situation that the Nuggets were in, they were in the 4 seed at that point, so their pathway to the NBA Finals would have gone through San Antonio, OKC, and then the winner of Lakers Rockets. Now, as the 3 seed, it's going to be T-Wolves, Lakers probably, and then Thunder. So, like, no matter whatever you're like, unless you get into the top 2, you're going to have to face 3 of the OKC Thunder, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Spurs, or the T-Wolves.
I hear your stress about this. I just think you really need to worry about being at the thresholds and not the seedings right now, because we've got 5 months.
Yeah. And one of those teams is going to fall off.
And I just think that you like, and also I am of the kind of opinion where it's just like, look, the Thunder beat everybody by double digits. Nobody, like, they shouldn't be scared of anybody, but the rest of it, like, do Rockets really want a healthy, engaged, suddenly surging Warriors team walking into that building in a 2-7 matchup? Do you want to see the Minnesota Timberwolves that have made the Western Conference Finals? 2 years in a row. Do you want to take on a Lakers team that's been way better than people expected, with LeBron not having played until the last couple of games, Luka having missed 7 or 8 games, but with the Austin Reeves playing like this, and they are still getting better and better every single night? Yeah. Do you want to take on? Like, do you want to play the Spurs with Victor Wembanyama, who's been out for a month, who's coming back probably this week? Do you want to face, what about the Phoenix Suns? You want to get trapped into a series with a Suns team that has no quit in them and continues to just play really hard? Like, I see you shaking your head, but like, look, Phoenix comes in, steals game 1 off of pure grit, and that entire series goes sideways. This is the Western Conference. It's going to be tough no matter what. The only team that should feel like, yeah, we got this, it's easy, is the Thunder. That's it.
That's true. It's part of the song and dance. Like, if Denver's going to win the finals, it's going to be a hard road. That's just how it's going to be. It is not going to be as easy as it was in 2023. But fortunately, I think they're a better team than they were in 2023. I think all the numbers would say so. I think that as they continue to build, like you just talked about, their SRS was like pi, and now it's like 8.
Yeah, I think my thing though is, I do feel like they had more problem solvers on that team. Like, I'm not doing this because he's a veteran. They really miss KCP. If you just like imagine like this team with KCP like in a bench role, even if you want to start Christian, right? And just KCP coming off the bench and just being like, oh, we have a guy who can shoot and can guard screens. Neat. Yeah. Right? Like,
yeah, that's another Calvin Booth one where like just pay him.
I mean, I don't blame him because if they gone into the apron, if they committed the money to him, they couldn't have pulled off everything they did this summer. So it's like, you don't get Val.
I'm not sure if that's true. I think they actually would have been able to do it. Maybe that's something that we could save for an in-depth breakdown at some point on a different platform. Okay, folks, the Nuggets have 1 game this upcoming week because of the NBA Cup. They've got 1 total game. It is another built-in matchup against, I believe it's the Sacramento Kings again.
Yes, Kings again.
Ugh, great. So they play the Kings on Thursday night on the road, so that they'll come back for a couple of days and then go back out on the road. Then they'll come back and they're going to be home for 4 straight games. So we'll get into the rest of the schedule at that point, but not going to do a full-on predictions for this upcoming week because there's very little to predict.
They win the Kings game.
I'm not sold.
1-0. That's my prediction for the week. 1-0.
Wow, bold. All right. I'm not making a prediction. We're not going to do it.
Smart.
Yeah, because I will screw it up. Everybody, make sure to go check out the Everydayer Club. The link is in the description down below. It is lockedonnuggets.supercast.com. Go check it out. If it's for you, sign up. We'll have some stuff in there, some good material in there that we're very excited to share with you. But for now, that is going to do it for this episode of Locked On Nuggets. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Thanks for being a part of our community. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk to you guys very soon.